I just started the recording. We're going to call the curriculum committee meeting for February 6, 2025 to order at 2:32 p.m. We have 3 new curriculum and 3 revised curriculum this month. We're going to start with old business, which is, can I have a motion? I'm sorry, is somebody calling me?
Minutes.
Oh, yeah, let's do that first. Let's approve the minutes from December 5th and November 7th. Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved. I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor of approving the minutes from December 5th and the 7th, please raise your hand.
Waiting for Troy and Panos.
All right.
Okay, who made the motion?
John Cody.
Cody. Okay, thank you.
And lower your hands. Any opposed to approval of the minutes? Okay, now we can move on. We do have 2 old business. Can I have a motion to approve items 24-75, which is a new course, PSY 203, Psychology of Religion, and a motion to approve 24-76, another new course, PSY 204, AI and Human Behavior?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. And is Jim Ellison here to present these? Yes, yeah. I do see him. Great. Jim, can you tell us a little bit about these, please? Effective August 17th, 2025.
Oh, okay. Yeah, psychology of religion is definitely a psychology class and not a religion class, so it doesn't overlap with the philosophy department. And I've taught it 3 times now. We've run it. And so it's a topic that's rarely available. So it's might not even be available in most of the community colleges around here. So I don't even know if we still have that a reciprocal agreement where if people don't have the class at their school, they can take it here for their normal reduced tuition. And even when they go into bachelor's programs, it'll be common that they don't have that. So people have really gotten a lot of benefit from it. The problem is it was always under special topics, PSY 296, which means it's cleverly hidden. Even then you look at it various places, it'll say special topics and doesn't even say psychology of religion. So I've had to relentlessly advertise it to get it to run. So it's going to be great to have an actual PSY code in the catalog.
I'm going to stop right now because Michael has his hand up, and I don't want to move on unless it's about a different course. But Michael, do you have a question or comment on 203?
Yes, actually 203, and he can do 204 at the same time if he wants. And okay. I usually look at this, and maybe I did, and I just don't remember, but it made me think of it when Jim was talking about how rare this is taught in community college. I just want to make sure. So are these IAI courses that will be going to the IAI for approval?
I assume so, but I'm not familiar with, how I should proceed. So I'm basically looking to you for advice on that piece.
Okay. Because I would actually have a problem if they weren't.
Okay.
Or I would want, and I'll tell you, Jim, it's nothing against you or your course. It's that a student might take that thinking that it's going to meet a university requirement, and it doesn't. Sure. So I'm usually, maybe, like I said, maybe I looked, but I sure don't remember these 2. Is that something, Julianne and Susie, that either one of you know, or?
Well, I would have to check the IAI codes and see if there's a matching code and a matching course for this. Off the top of my head, I do not know.
Right.
Some psychology courses do, but others do not have an IAI code.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, as long as it's clear, I just want a student, when students pick psych courses with me, you know, often we just go by which ones they think sounds the best. Of course, these are often psych
Yeah.
majors, and there are some recommendations on the website. So I do take advantage of those. I guess what I would
Yeah.
really say above all is let's make sure they're not recommended for, um, you know, people trying to get their degree requirements done
Right.
if they don't have that. And I think that's something we, you know, if you have other courses and you've got a way to work around that, that's fine. I just want to make sure
Yeah.
students don't take it thinking, well, this will take care of my, you know, behavioral science, or I'm a
Right.
psych major. This is going to transfer as one of my 4 psych classes, only to find out that it's not going to transfer. That's my one and only
Yeah.
concern, Jim, but it's a big one.
Well, these are definitely electives and not part of any degree or certificate
Great.
at this point in time.
That
So
helps. That helps. I still want to make sure for students who are picking that well, let's put it this way, Susie and Juliana, I would want to make sure if they don't have the IAI code that they don't get on the list for behavioral science, even for non-majors. Beyond that, it's kind of up to, you know, the department. I'm just looking out for, you know, part of my thing is just looking out for things like, you know,
Sure.
students picking courses for a transferable degree, you know, and to make
Yeah.
sure that if they take one of these thinking this is going to be my behavioral science credit, even though I'm not a psych major, I would want to make sure that they have the right coding for that to happen, or that they're aware that that doesn't have that coding and that won't happen. And if they still want to take it, certainly be the last person to, you know, stand on the door.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of making. It's something we do a lot here these days. I mean, really, we're just making sure the students have the correct information, because we can't really expect them to know.
Sure.
And that's my only question. I have no problem beyond
Sure.
that.
Okay. Thank you for bringing that up to our attention. We'll talk about this right now. I'm going to have Susie go first, and she may want to say the same thing I am, or if not, I'll add to it afterwards. Go ahead, Susie.
Okay, these are going to be 1.1 PCS courses, so they do have to be articulated before we even send them to ICCD, so they are transferable. As far as the IAI code, they will be attached to probably the Associate in Arts degree as an elective. It won't be on the Associate in Arts catalog page, but they can use it as an elective if it's not an IAI course.
I think that was exactly what I was going to say. And let me just clarify the difference here. So the discussion we're having is really about, is PSY 203 and 204 count as a gen ed behavioral science course? Or is it just going to be an elective toward the associate degree? So the courses will transfer. The question is, are they going to transfer as an elective, or are they going to transfer as a gen ed behavioral science? That we want to make sure students know ahead of time, because there are obviously gen ed, like intro to psych, gen ed behavioral science, it counts as your behavioral science gen ed. And we want to make sure students know, is it a gen ed or is it an elective? But all the courses we're discussing, Susie sends out for articulation to ensure that they'll transfer. And then the schools send that back saying, yes, we'll take it as a gen ed, or yes, we'll take it as an elective. What I think we need to do right now, and Jim, you'll be doing this, and I have a follow-up other topic today on it, is check to see if there's an IAI code for it. And if there is, then we could petition the state to go to an IAI panel to see if it's accepted as an IAI gen ed or not. And again, some psychology are not, some are. So we'd have to look. I don't have them all memorized.
Yeah. And where would I check for that? A lot of this is new terminology to me.
I have, we were reviewing it as other item today. I'm going to talk on it more in a moment. But I do have the websites right here in the PowerPoint, and I can send that to you. You can refer to this PowerPoint. When you click on those, they're going to bring up the descriptors to see if there's a code that matches or not. And we have this issue with science classes too, even math classes, I suppose. we have a lot of classes that transfer, but are they gen eds or not?
I have
Is the
Right.
question.
I have two like that, Julianne. I have children's literature, which a lot of education majors are actually required to take, and creative writing, which of course is just an elective, and it's exactly that way. You can't use it as your humanities, you can't use it as your rhetoric, but you can use it as an elective, and they can transfer as an elective, and that's
Mhm.
yeah. I mean, and I'm fine with that. I just wanted to make sure we were that we had some. It was just when I heard Jim talking, and as he said himself, he maybe new to some of this. I just wanted to make sure we were on top of that, and
Yeah.
of course you were. And so that all everything, Julianne and Susie, everything you said totally sounds fine and satisfies my question.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. It's a good point to make, definitely. Susie, you don't recall if when this was submitted, if it was submitted as a gen ed or a core class or an elective class, do you recall? There's a button in Watermark for that.
I do not. I don't believe it was marked
See.
as an IEI.
Okay. Okay.
And it
Well, what
wouldn't
we
be
can
in the
do,
master syllabus then? It wouldn't be in here somewhere? On the master syllabus
I
documentation
think
in
it's,
Watermark?
I think it's course form.
Let me see.
Okay.
But either way, I mean, we're not approving it as IEI today, regardless of the fact we don't do that. The state would. So
Right.
what we could do is approve it through curriculum, and then Susie's going to be able to send that out for articulation, and we could look into the I mean, you could gain the IEI code in the future as well. It doesn't have to be today. We don't have to
Okay.
petition for it, I should say, today.
Yeah.
It's marked as a general elective.
As an elective. Okay. Yeah, I think it's just a quick look on that II website to see if anything matches or not. Otherwise, we're gonna pass it. We're gonna vote on it clearly as a elective course today. Now, I just wanted to verify with Susie, how many times can we run the PED 296 before it has to become a new course? Is it 3?
It's twice within a 3-year period.
Okay, twice within a 3-year period. So what Jim was referring to, that he taught it in the past, it was run as a I'm sorry, I almost said PED. I'm assuming
Yeah,
it was
he
a
did.
PSY 296. So,
Yes.
and that's why you heard him say, I taught it before, but you might be confused that it's a new course now. So it was
Yeah.
a 296 in the past. And those are great ways to get new courses on the books and trial, and while you're getting it prepared to be offered as a new course, is to run it as a 296. Be aware, all the deans should know this. It can't. We should only run this exact same course description topics twice. After it's run twice, then initiate a new course. So we don't want to keep running the class as a 296 forever. And I believe it's a state rule, Susie, that you can run the topic twice.
Yes.
And then we'll move it to a full course. So don't put it on the schedule if it's more than twice.
Well, but my understanding is this is now going to be a course on the regular schedule, and it's no longer a 296. Okay, good.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've never done the 204, but I've done the religion one 296 actually 3 times, so maybe I shouldn't have.
Yeah, that's okay. We caught it.
Yeah.
We caught it now, but deans
Okay,
should be
cool.
aware not to add it. And if the rest, if the deans could say that too at their meetings, 296s, run them twice and then get them on the books. We did not have you comment on the PSY 204 AI and human behavior, Jim. Could you please comment on that one then?
Yeah, that one I have not run. I just invented it. And as everybody knows, I have a tremendous sense of urgency when it comes to AI. So I feel like one of the things, also talking to employers, every conference I go to, everything, they're all saying they're expecting AI proficiency from people coming into their organization. So I think it's becoming a standard thing that students are going to need to have in their toolbox, just like they need to know how to run a computer, but they don't have to take one apart and put it back together. They don't have to know the innards of AI, but they definitely need to be proficient at using it. And I think it's just going to be we're doing them a disservice if we don't teach AI literacy. And so I'm just trying to get in there any way I can as soon as I can and get the ball rolling. It just so happens that AI applies to everything. So I thought a good design for the class would be to have someone in from each department, every other week or something like that, and talk about AI from their perspective. And then the rest of the class, we'd be unpacking what they said from there, whether it's business or sociology or computer science or whatever. So that's the idea. Expose them to it in as many spheres as we can.
Michael.
I'm going to be honest with you, Jim. I know the II pretty well, and that sounds like a stretch, but nothing you won't know until you try it. So if I just want to kind of give you that heads up, good luck with that one. The psychology of religion, I can definitely see that one. I think is going to be tough.
As far as getting to an IAI status,
yeah, getting it accredited for that one's even as an elective. I just know the IAI. I could be wrong though. I'm not saying don't try. I would never say, well, if somebody came up with something totally ridiculous, I might say don't even try. But this isn't ridiculous at all. I just know the way some things I know about the IAI make me want to give you a heads up that this one might be a tougher sell than psychology of religion. Just sounds like something they're gonna like the sounds of. This one maybe not, but if you want to try it, I'm not gonna stand in your way.
So in the process of going in that direction, what do I do in the meantime? I mean, it's not going to be a 296, so we would just teach it once or twice without the IAI.
Well,
and then
what
go from there.
What you could do, I mean, these courses, whether they get an IAI code or not, what we're going to send them out to get articulated at the universities. And if 3 schools send them back to say they will accept them as transferable, then it means it's articulated and the class will transfer as an elective. Okay. Then what we'll do, I mean, they still have value. As I want to clarify to everyone, including, the administration that are on right now, just because a class does not have an IAI code does not mean it won't transfer. There's 2 different things. One is it needs to be articulated with the universities. And if we get it articulated with 3 state schools, then it's transferable. Certainly some schools might nitpick it, but we've never had issues really with an articulated course transferring. Then the second question is there's a limited amount of classes that the state designates as IAI, meaning if they have an IAI, it'll be a code, like it'll be a number. If they have that IAI coded number, every single Illinois school has to take it as a transfer course. Many of them are gen eds. Many of the courses are gen eds. I don't think all of them, but I could be wrong on that. I know there's a couple that are IAI, but not necessarily a gen ed. So, but if a class doesn't have an IAI code, it doesn't mean it won't transfer. All right. Every single one of my classes does not have an IAI code. And I've been there 26 years. They all have transferred. I've never had an issue with the school sending them back. They're not gen eds though. Okay. So there's still a value, as Michael said, he has a couple as well. Very much a value and can be applied as electives in an associate degree and a bachelor's degree. But maybe not in that small group of IAI coded courses. And it is a small group. Susie, did you want to clarify something for us?
Yes, I wanted to add something. Jim, there's also PSY major IAI courses, which help the transferability also. So look for those codes.
And that would
I don't know what that means.
That would be like, again, it transfers as a major, but it's not a gen ed.
Right.
So like if somebody is a psychology major.
Yeah. Interesting.
So go ahead.
So then I wonder what my role is in this. It sounds like what I should do is just hand everything to Susie and
no,
move my hands like this, and that's not it.
No, the best thing to do is
darn it.
I'm going to show everybody the II website today. It's a good day to do this, and you could review that briefly, as I did when I was looking at my courses. But you're going to review it and see if there's a match or not. Really, if there's a coded match, you're reviewing. I believe it's mostly the course descriptions and what they will or will not accept as an IAI. And so it's a quick look at your psychology area, see if there's a match or not. If you deem that there's a match, then we could tell Susie to send that into the IAI panels, which meet twice a year.
Gotcha. This, I'm noticing in the master syllabus, the 204 says in here IAI Gen Ed S8900. So it's got an entry for IAI.
Okay, so that code that you said, we would just see if that is actually a match of that or not.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't have them all memorized.
Okay.
I'll show when we look at the page in a few moments. Then we'll look at that area if we can. For what I want to do now, if there's no other comments, we will speak about IAI in the future. I do want to vote on these two courses, which is 24-75, 24-76, PSY 203, and PSY 204 as new courses. All in favor, please raise your hand.
Yay.
Okay, we're good.
And lower your hands. Any opposed? Okay, those two items have passed. We're going to go on to can I have a motion to approve item 25-1, AUT 112 is a revised course, and item 25-2, AUT 230, computerized engine controls as a revised course.
Yeah.
So moved.
Can I have a motion?
Motion. Yep. Second motion.
Did you get that, Susie?
Who was seconded?
It was Jim.
Jim?
Can I second motion it?
Second.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Is Jim on the committee?
No,
No.
Okay, you can't second stuff, Jim.
yeah. So John, we'll have John do that then.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, we have a motion to approve these. So is someone from automotive here?
I'm available to answer any questions. I'm familiar with the courses and the revisions we implemented. And I have a little footnote, but that's not critical. I'll post it in the chat box for, I'd say, optimal language for the revised course description in the catalog.
Okay, well, I have these having a revised description and course learning outcome revisions for these two courses. Is that correct? Was there anything else?
Yeah, the only other thing is it says like all data and it's lowercase and it's split. I'm placing in the chat and I send the language with a boldface and everything to Susie. But we just need to uppercase the old data, one word, it's OEM, automotive diagnostic and repair database.
So you're changing
go up
something
to all of you, for all of you, or?
Well, you're changing something in the course description?
In the old course description and the revised course description, there is a phrase or sentence that says, and extensive all data research and application. And the all data is lowercase, 2 words. It should be reading, and comprehensive application of all data's uppercase, OEM, automotive diagnostic and repair database.
Okay. And Susie, you have a copy of that?
Yes, I do.
Does anyone on the committee want to see that, or is the verbal change now okay? And I'll wait a moment if someone wants to see it. Okay, so I'm okay voting on that right now.
Thank you.
Is there any other comments or questions, or Dean Panos, would you like to say anything else about these two courses?
Those are just standard revisions based on ASC updating their corresponding certifications. So we're just catching up with all those and incorporating electric vehicle and hybrid vehicle technologies.
Okay. Any questions from the committee on these revisions? All in favor of items 25-1, 25-2, Auto 112, Auto 230, course revisions, raise your hand.
Troy and Sue. Okay, we're good.
And lower your hands. Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Can I have a motion to approve item 25-3, C317E, Diagnostic Medical Sonography Certificate?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Heather, are you here to present this?
I am.
Thank you. Can you just tell us a little bit about the changes?
Yes, so the certificate program, the DMS certificate program, is for allied healthcare professionals in other areas such as X-ray or nuke med to cross-train into sonography. And so the revisions are to align the certificate program with the degree program for a couple of reasons. One, we were finding that the students were not prepared for industry, so they were lacking some clinical hours. So we're making a change for one of the classes to move from 180 clinical hours to 360 clinical hours. That'll better prepare them for their proficiencies and their competencies, and also give them a richer academic experience in that, instead of having a cohort of 4 or 5 students, they're in a cohort of, 28 students. So just a richer academic experience. We also found that they were missing one of the first courses is 106, Introduction to Ultrasound Principles and Procedures. So they were starting at a inconvenience because knobology, what we call knobology, study of like when they were first learning how to use the machines, they were coming in behind the gun on learning how to use the machines. So for those reasons, we're aligning the certificate program to the degree program.
And they're increasing the hours in that certificate to 360 for the clinical?
Correct.
Okay.
Well, so it'll be a total of 944 clinical hours, but it'll be an additional 180 clinical hours.
For the certificate?
Correct.
Okay, that's a lot. That's good. Any other comments or questions for her? Okay, we could vote on this. Can I, all in
Can I make
favor?
a request real quick?
I'm sorry. Say it again.
Can I make a request? I don't know if this would play into the vote,
Okay.
but on the curriculum, after I submitted through the curriculum revisions, my accrediting body reached out and they were very particular about verbiage on the website. And so the curriculum description, there's a word that says general. So it says the goal of this program is to prepare competent entry-level general sonographers. They want that general stricken out. They don't want that word in the description.
Okay. I think we could still vote on that today. Susie, can you make note of that
Yes.
to get rid of that word? You know where it is? I don't have the description in front of me, but do you see that and where that is at? Susie?
Yeah, I'm checking it now.
I could probably find it because I have it printed out. I just didn't know.
I think it's in paragraph 2.
I see it is in paragraph 2. Do you see it, Susie?
Oh, I'm getting to it.
It's in the sentence
Outline.
that the goal of this program is to prepare, in the second paragraph of the course description.
Yes. Okay.
So general is gone.
Thank you.
Okay, and I'm fine with voting on that, with that change as well. All in favor of item 25-3, C317E, Diagnostic Medical Sonography Certificate, please raise your hand.
Okay, we're good.
Lower your hands. Any opposed? Thank you, Heather.
Thank you.
All right. Going back to this page, we have, can I have a motion to approve item 25-4, C446J, electric vehicle charger installation and maintenance certificate. Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Is anyone here to present this?
I'll be more than happy to provide a little bit of a background and or answer any questions people may have.
Okay, just so the committee knows, this is a new curriculum. The submitters was Antigone and Francis Figg, and it is 17 credit hours effective fall of 2025. Please, Dean Panos, could you comment on this?
Yes, certainly. So the curriculum, this certificate, it's based on our existing electrician certificate. We took out about 7 credit hours, 6 or 7 credit hours that they were more specific to residential wiring and residential construction codes. And we introduced 2 new courses specific to charging units for electric or hybrid vehicles. Those are the courses that I believe went through curriculum. The previous session, it was Intro to EV Charging Systems and Electric Vehicle Supply Equipment Installation and Maintenance. So we just exceeded the maximum allowed of 6 credit hours by 1. That's why it comes across as a new program. But the foundation of it is well established. We have a number of students in the electrician certificate. So this, how to say, segues or gives some more flexibility for any completers to explore working in this new emerging market of installing, maintaining, and repairing electric vehicle charging units.
Okay, this is fine. I wasn't aware of that, so I'm glad you brought that up. So it's similar to the electricity certificate, but with additional courses for the vehicles. Is that correct?
Correct. It's if you look at C446J, that's our existing electrical certificate. You're going to see 5 of the 7 courses listed. They're identical. We took out construction code 107, construction 107, and ENT 201. Those 2 courses are very specific to electrical wiring in a house. And we injected 2 brand new courses very specific to electric vehicles and chargers for electric vehicles.
And I have this being a 6 course program for 17 hours.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 6.
Okay. Thank you. I'm glad you brought that up. I was not aware of that as I was just reviewing that. Any other comments or questions? Okay. We're ready to vote on this. All in favor of item 25-4, C446J, electric vehicle charger installation and maintenance, new program.
John and Denise?
Sorry, I was hitting the microphone button rather than the vote button.
Oh, okay. Are we good?
Yeah, just waiting for Denise. She's there. Otherwise, we have majority.
We do? Okay.
Yes.
All right, so we'll move on. Lower your hands, please. Any opposed? Thank you. Okay, that's all the items we're voting on today. We're just going to move on to a couple others. Here is this spring 25 dates and deadlines. As you see, Monday is the deadline for March. It's coming quick. It's always very quickly after the curriculum committee meeting is the deadline for the next particular month. Deans could submit, honestly, at any time they'd like, but we're adhering to the deadlines that you see here. So if it's submitted on or before February 10th, it'll go to March. If it's submitted on or before March 10th, it'll go to April. And then the deadline for the last meeting of the year is April 7th. We have to adhere to these deadlines so that the committee has enough time to review the items in a detailed manner and not rushed. And there could be changes based on the recommendations of curriculum committee technical review subcommittee of that. But we can't have major changes the day of or the week of the meeting. So here's the good deadlines. If you have any questions about that, you can ask Susie or I. We only have really one other item today. On your agenda, it's listed as 2, II notice of topical outline, end of season II panel, and then notice regarding prerequisites. So first I want to talk about the notice of topical week by week. We had several courses sent back to us this past couple of months, as we have in the past couple of years, that were II courses, have an II number, but the panel is asking for more details in terms of the topics and the topical learning outcomes. So we submit, Susie will submit to the state. We submit every single course, whether it's elective or II. We submit every state course to the state, and the ICCB will approve those courses. If it needs an II number, then it's going to go in an II panel. So there'll be panels of several people who teach that subject matter that review the course to determine if it should be IAI or not. We had courses that have been approved as II sent back to us, and they want more information. And what they're asking for when they send those back for more information is an updated master syllabus with detailed topics and detailed learning outcomes. And that's what you see here. I underline lack of detailed weekly topical outline. A topical outline is topic and learning outcome that goes with it. So we send them the syllabus, but it can't be very generic, or it can't be, they always say this, can't be just the chapter title and number. It has to be more details. And that's the number one reason II are sent back with unapproved II courses. We could resubmit certainly for approval, which we've done, but try to make your syllabus as detailed as possible. That's what they're looking for. When we look at the II website in a moment, you'll see the course outline, the course description, and those need to match for the II panels. And then as much detail as you can give them in terms of what topic you're teaching and the learning outcomes that match that. So let's look at that. If there's any comments, questions on that, please let me know. I'm going to, open this website, and then I'll have to share my screen. So give me one moment. Okay, so this is the II website, and you can see there is the Gen Ed, GECC, a description of II general ed courses, and then below that are the II major courses. So here's the psychology. You can see what classes could potentially fit if you're teaching this area. And then if you click on that, if this is the psychology one, you're going to see the title of the course, and then I believe if we click on that even, it could be the course description. So you could look through what is being looked at as a general II course. if there's a major in that area, so a student is majoring in English, history, psychology, so forth, and then the gen ed ones. So if you're looking to get the class approved as an IAI general education course in one of the categories that we have, communications, social behavioral science, humanity, fine art, math, or life physical science, you can look at the panel, you could look at the courses that are being accepted in that area, and you'll see their title and their course description. So make sure the course description matches. You could then apply to have that IAI number on your course if it's new, or if it's already been and you're just trying to get it renewed, then look at that number, make sure the course description matches, and make sure you have a very thorough topical outline, specifically what topics, elaborate on those topics, specifically what learning outcomes are, and again, elaborate on that. The more details we give them, the less chance of them sending that back. So that's the website that we're going to be utilizing to review. And I don't know if Jim is still here, but that's where you can look to see if there's a match. Does anybody want to comment on that? Any of the administration, faculty members that are here want to comment on IAI besides what I have said? Michael.
Yeah, the IAI is one of the most important things in my job. They're also my greatest nemesis in my job. One thing I've seen happen here in curriculum many times is I would warn anyone against trying to shoehorn a course you want to teach into a course that they have. It's not going to work. They are very, they're going to look at it very closely. They're mostly interested in the syllabus now. That wasn't true, say, 20 years ago, where they were maybe, the outline was the big deal. Now, I'm not sure they look at the outline. Honestly, I'm not saying they don't, but the syllabus is what they look at. And but if it has to be the exact course. We've seen that, like somebody will try to get a course that's very specific on something else into something like a gen ed course, and they're not going to go for that. With more than just help really led it, and it's good because he teaches it and I don't. We just sent a very detailed syllabus to Rep 101 to IAI. So by the end of the semester, I'll either be someone people who can ask questions of, or be the most confused person on campus if they turn it down. But we, they definitely want more than just we're going to be working on fiction. We're going to be working on thesis statements. They want some sort of something very specific, and they definitely want to see the course that they teach. They want to see the course that they teach in your syllabus. So those are just some pointers I would give to anyone who's approaching this. That's what's to look for, and ways to not waste your time.
Thank you. Be specific in that topical outline. What I can say is when a course is sent back, they give us very general information to say there's not enough information in the syllabus. That's it. They're not going to nitpick and say it's this line or that line or this course description. They're just going to say not enough info. And then you're kind of left to put as much as you possibly can if it does indeed match. And we had debate about this a couple of years ago about the topical outline. And some teachers wanted it really, really generic, and other teachers need it to be very thorough, not just for IAI. It has to be very thorough for IAI and in detail, as well as accreditors. So all the healthcare and automotive that are overseen by accreditors, they need the details too. So we kind of assumed that we're all going to do a detailed topic and topical learning outcome in that area. Topical learning outcomes in that area. So if you're going for an IAI course, as much information as you can, make sure it matches IAI content that's listed on that website I sent. I posted it in the chat room. So it's definitely worth looking at if you are teaching in these areas. to see if we could get any new ones or to make sure your content is matching and appropriate. Any other comments or questions on IEI? Okay, I'll be honest with you, that's all I have for you. So we are going to have a motion to adjourn the meeting at 3:17 for February 6, 2025. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Okay, and I'll raise your hand if you're ready to go. And just one more comment while you're raising your hand. The PowerPoints that I do show in this meeting are in Blackboard. We have a Blackboard curriculum committee shell. I post all the PowerPoints as well as the recordings if you'd like to refer back to anything that was said or any of the other items. And do we have enough to adjourn, Susie? I believe so, but people are starting to lower their hands. I am going to say we are done. Have a good night, everyone.